Welcome back, Techies. Episode 4 of the Google Pixel 6a controversy series. So, first one we talked about fingerprint scanners. Second, we talked about build quality. Third, display quality in 60 Hz. Now, the fourth piece of criticism the Pixel 6a has received since its launch is talking about the performance. So, let's talk performance of these two guys. So, A53 running a mid-range Snapdragon processor in the 700 series. Very consistent with what Samsung does with their mid-rangers. They've never been performance champs, Techies. I know this from my own experience. I can't tell you how many times someone has bought an A32 or an A52 or 53 or any of those kind of phones, and very soon after they bought them, they bring them back because the performance is pretty bad. So this phone, even when setting it up, it's a slower phone. Takes a while for things to pop up. Even with a 120Hz display, definitely isn't a snappy phone. Just from pulling it out of the box, you can tell this phone isn't beat anyone any kind of benchmarks. Pixel 6a, however, it does have the Tensor chip, which is the same that Google puts in their flagship, the 6 Pro, right? Unlike Samsung, they have an extremely capable, very fast processor on the 22 Ultra and a very mid-range processor from Snapdragon on their mid-rangers, right? So that's a big advantage there for the Google Pixel 6a. The Google Pixel 6a, performance-wise, I've had no major hiccups. Of course, I haven't been using it that much, Techies. However, just from my basic setup of it, from my very little usage of the phones thus far, performance is definitely a plus on the Pixel 6a. RAM is identical, 6GB on both. But overall, if you're looking for a snappier phone, a phone just feels a lot more robust, Pixel 6a. Now, for long-term and day-to-day speeds, we're going to be having to take a look at my long-term usage of these two phones. I can't tell you how overall performance is. However, the criticism this phone has received being slow, laggy, underpowered, completely inaccurate, and I knew that from the get-go. Why? Because flagship phone, mid-range phone, same processor, Google Tensor chip, Gen 1. Flagship phone, mid-range phone, huge difference in performance, right? iPhone SE, iPhone 13 Pro Max, same processor, massive price difference. So this is Samsung being stingy. This is Samsung giving us lower performing phones to cut costs. However, Google and Apple both giving us their flagship processors from their flagship phones in their mid-range. That's a big plus for the Pixel 6a, ladies and gentlemen. So that just adds a lot more value to the Pixel 6a, and that's a point in the paper of the 6a. So all the criticism this phone has got about performance, completely inaccurate.